I want to do a review on my Crispi boots. To put it short, these things are great. So these are my Thor II GTX boots. If I can remember correctly, I either got them in 2020 before my elk hunt, my rifle elk hunt, or I got them in mid-2021 before my archery elk hunt that year. The data is going to be about 2 years in plus or minus. Let's go off of September 2021 time frame because that's when I did the archery hunt to today. Let's just go ahead and go over that data. For the last year, using my iPhone, which I carry my iPhone every day, just like I imagine most of you guys carry your phone every day. The health of data that it produces gives me about 2.4 miles a day on average. That's the equivalent of about 900 miles a year. Let's double that to 1,800 miles for the last 2 years. 1,800 miles for the last 2 years. I've done security work in these. I've gone hunting in these. I've gone hiking in these. I've gone scouting in these. I've worn them on a daily basis. For the most part, there's a few days in there that I didn't wear these. Happening was either dressed in something that I couldn't wear these in, like a suit or business casual. Otherwise, I've worn these just about every day. We'll subtract 400 off of the 1,800. So we have 1,400 miles I've walked in these boots for the last 2 years. I'm pretty impressed with the boots. As you can see, I've replaced the shoestrings with paracord or 5/50 cord. The strings that came with it were not as durable, and they broke on me probably I think last year. So I just replaced it with paracord. Okay, let's go to my flights climb. Remember, last 2 years, flights climb. There isn't very many times I would climb a significant elevation unless I was hunting or scouting or hiking. Those times that I was climbing significant elevations where I wasn't hiking or hunting or something of that nature was during security work, where I had to, walk upstairs several times over the course of whatever period I was doing security work. I wore these during one of my most mileage-driven security work gigs. During that, I was at one of the convention centers here in Colorado, and it is a massive convention center in Denver. Doing that security work, I would walk approximately 10 miles a night, and I would do it for 2 to 3 nights a week, maybe sometimes more. So I just want to give you guys an idea of what I was doing outside of hunting and hiking. So let's talk about floors climbed. Over the last year, on average, I've climbed 9 floors a day. So if we go 9 floors a day on average, times 365, that's looking at 3,285 feet. I've put these things through the ringer for the last 2 years, and I'm super impressed with them. So the boots are pretty lightweight. They have a stiffness level, I think, of 3 or 4, depending on what. Crispi has a flex level. You can go look to see what they have their level on, but I have never had a problem with the stiffness or the lack thereof of the boots. They're great. They're great for walking around. They're great for hiking. They're great for hunting. They're great for climbing steep, rugged terrain, which is what they're designed for. You can see the sole here. I mean, I've worn out the sole a lot over the last 2 years. And they're just now starting to come off here at the tip. After 2 years and after walking over 1,400 miles, None of the eyelets have come off. They've all been original eyelets. None of the rubber stuff here, the little aesthetically pleasing things, none of that has come off. The sole, like I said, is starting. It's just now starting to separate from the actual boot, which the soles can be replaced. They're not waterproof, so if you're gonna walk, if you think you're gonna get your feet wet, especially during cold weather, definitely don't use these. But if it's like warm weather, or you don't think you're gonna get your feet wet at all, these things are awesome. They do run a little hot, probably because they got Gore-Tex, and the Gore-Tex isn't that breathable. So they do run a little hot. You end up getting used to it, and everything's fine. Like I said, I've never had a problem. I have an 11 and a half wide foot, and these have been super comfortable for me. The price, I can't remember what the price is, but when I bought them, it's probably the most expensive boot that I had bought at the time, but it's well worth the money. Before I bought these, I was in the service, Army specifically, and I would just wear Army boots. Yeah, I am super impressed with these boots. I've done, I've done at least 2 archery hunts, several deer hunts, several pheasant hunts where you're walking through the tall grass. I've done quite a few iterations of security work in Colorado Springs and Denver area where you have to walk a significant amount of time or stand for a significant amount of time. If you got these boots to be your all-around boot outside of, let's say, cold weather and wet weather, you wouldn't be disappointed. I am not an affiliate of Crispi. I am not a dealer of Crispi. I am not anything. I have nothing to do with Crispi except for I buy their products. I hope you enjoyed the review, and I hope you end up getting a pair because it will be well worth the money. Thank God.